Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, I'm Mary. I give you guys an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you stayed for a while, grab a snack, click the subscribe button, and if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you guys more than you know. So for today's video, we are going to take it back to 2015. So I discovered Jaclyn Hill, I want to say it's going to be 2 years now, and she's actually one of the first beauty YouTubers that I started watching. Even though I know there's a lot of controversy, a lot of drama, a lot of you either love her or you hate her, but since she's one of the first makeup YouTubers I started watching, I'm kind of always going to be rooting for her. I don't know, I love her old videos, I love her new videos, I still watch her, I'm still subscribed to her channel, I still follow her on social media. So I decided I wanted to do a Thanksgiving look, and what better way than to do a Circa 2015 Jaclyn inspired Thanksgiving eye look. That's what we're doing today. Thanksgiving is this Thursday, and whether you're staying at home or going with family, you can definitely put some makeup on your face and make yourself feel better. I know we all need that right now. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so go ahead and put the video on here of the look that she's doing. So as you can see, it's a pretty green look. I'm not going to follow her tutorial exactly. I did watch the tutorial. I had already watched it, but I had to rewatch it to kind of remind myself of what she did. And she did end up using mostly Makeup Geek eyeshadows. So I brought out my Makeup Geek palette, and I'll be using a couple of these shades. I only have the shimmery green shade that she used in the tutorial, so I am going to have to dip into 2 of her eyeshadow palettes that she collaborated with Morphe, which is part of her Vault collection. I'll be using the Dark Magic eyeshadow palette because I need to dip into this color, which is Potion. I'll be dipping into Armed and Gorgeous, which is this palette, and I'll be dipping into this green, which is a little bit of a darker green. So yeah, all right, so let me prime my eyes and we can get started with this Thanksgiving eye look. All right guys, I did bring you in just a tiny bit closer just so you can see what I'm doing with my eyes. In her tutorial, she did do a voiceover type of video, but I think I'm just gonna talk while I do this. The first eyeshadow I'm going to dip into is this color right here, and it's called Crease, and I'm using like a very fluffy brush, and I'm going to use this on my crease. I'm actually going to make sure that I smoke it out. That's how I like my eye looks. I like them nice and smoky. So if you don't, it's okay. You don't have to, but I do. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I was baking a cinnamon roll cake, and some of the cinnamon roll filling, like, you know, like the brown sugar with the butter and whatnot, spilled over, and it like created so much smoke that it made my smoke alarm go off. Oh my gosh, my poor daughter was asking like, what is that in Spanish, of course, but yeah. Luckily it was not fire, it was just literally smoke from the spillage. I guess that's why people put trays at the bottom when they're baking, right? I just didn't think it would spill over, but it did. All right, now I'm going to dip into a slightly darker brown, and this is by Makeup Geek again. This is in Mocha. Most of the shadows I'm going to dip into are going to be Makeup Geek. The only one that is not going to be Makeup Geek is the green shades. You can use any colors you have. You don't have to use these exactly, but I figured I would show you all the shades I'm using just so you can use whatever palette you have. I know times are tough right now, and spending unnecessary money is like not the priority for a lot of people. Which reminds me, I kind of want to do a little anti-haul. There's so much stuff coming out, and there's so many makeup brands coming out right now from like influencers. It's a little overwhelming. I just watched my friend Haley. I've collaborated with her in this channel before but I watched her last anti-haul, and like everything she said in that video, I was just like, yes girl, preach. Yeah, it's a lot of makeup, and like so many new brands from influencers coming next year, and it's overwhelming. That's all. It's overwhelming. All right, so I don't know if you can tell, so the first shade, or the lighter shade, I blew it up over my crease, and then the second shade, I think Mocha was the second shade, I made sure and kept most of it on my crease. Now I'm going to dip in to the Dark Magic palette, and I'm going to use that beautiful olive green right here. Potion. And she did more of a halo eye. I think I'll stick to that too. It's crazy. It's crazy because you watch old tutorials and it's amazing how much like makeup has evolved, and just the techniques as well, you know? For sure, back in 2015, you didn't see too many eye looks that were blown out to where like they would get up to the eyebrow. They didn't like it that way. And now you see that a lot more. I mean, you see so much amazing talent out there from so many amazing like makeup artists and makeup enthusiasts. Like, it is crazy how much talent there is out there, honestly. She did connect the top of the green, but I think I don't think I'm gonna connect it. One of my favorite like eyeshadow colors to wear, which is odd because I don't wear it often, is green, especially like these beautiful fall olive green colors, and I don't wear them often. I don't know why, I just don't, but I love them. I definitely feel like they make my eyes stand out. They go pretty well with like my skin color. I feel like I have like an olive, not super yellow undertone, but I do have like an olive undertone in my skin, and I just feel like green looks pretty good with my skin color. All right, now I'm going to dip into the Armed and Gorgeous palette, and I'm going to dip into Top Secret, which is also like an olive green, but this one's a slight bit darker than the first one that we used, Potion. And I'm just going to use this one to really deepen up the outer corners of this Potion color that I already laid down. By the way, these are performing so pretty. I know there was some controversy when these bulk collection palettes came out that Jaclyn released with Morphe. I did not purchase this when they were first launched, so I don't know what people were talking about. I do know they were saying the quality was not there, but I purchased these not too long, like a year ago, maybe a little bit longer. But I do know there was some controversy around them and how they are performing and that they're not great. But so far, every single time I have used these, they have performed beautifully. So I don't know what people are talking about. But if you were a part of those people that got like one of the bad batch, well, let me know. I would love to know what was exactly wrong with them. But so far, these are performing amazing. Okay. So I did go back and watch the clip of her showing the eye look, and she actually ended up using the shimmer shadow all over her lid, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to dip into this foiled shadow from Makeup Geek, and it's called Jester. This is actually the same one she used in her tutorial. And I am going to use a brush first. I'm going to spray it. I'm going to add this mostly in the middle to create that like beautiful halo eye effect. This is such a pretty color. Makeup Geek's foiled shadows are so pretty. I love them. Every single one that I have used from them is just beautiful. If you haven't tried Makeup Geek, you really should. I believe they are having a Black Friday sale. I unfortunately cannot participate in any Black Friday sales this year. some makeup brands are having some good sales, and I definitely think Makeup Geek is a good brand to take advantage when they have sales, because they are not on the cheap side. They're definitely more on like your more expensive brands. They're definitely not high-end prices, but they are a little bit on the pricier side, and for the quality I definitely feel it makes sense, but you know, not everybody can afford that. So alright, so I went ahead and put my base on. I already set my under eyes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into that very first shade, and I'm going to add that to my lower lash line. It's like a very light layer, nothing to look out there, you know. And now with a smaller brush, I'm going to go into Mocha, which was like that darker brown, and I'm going to do the same. Connect the top corner with the lower corner. Now I'm going to go into Top Secret, and it's the darker of the two olive greens that I used. I'm only going to use that one. And I'm going to run this all over the lash line as well and connect it to the top too. Okay, this is what we have so far. I think I'm just going to dip into Jester just a tiny bit with like my pinky. And I'm going to add that to the lower lash line, but just like in the middle. Like that. Alright, I'm going to use Ice Queen for my inner corner. This is like a very white, shimmery color. I don't believe Jaclyn Hill used anything for her inner corner. I would have to watch it again, but I don't think she did. I definitely feel like I've been liking a white inner corner right now. I just feel like it opens my eyes a little bit more, and this color is perfect. It's also by Makeup Geek. I definitely have wider whites in my collection, but I just want to keep it with my Makeup Geek and the two Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palettes I used. I don't want to dip into anything else. Alright, I did go in with my Urban Decay eyeliner in Mildew, and now I'm going to do contour and bronzer. When I think of Thanksgiving, I think of like fall and more the cool tone colors versus the brown tone. So for me right now, I'm using more of like my cool tone bronzer. So I am going to go in with the ColourPop Coconut Beach as my contour, and I'm going to go in with Toasty from Kylie Cosmetics for my bronzer. So I'm going to now, I usually go in with a cream contour, but I'm not in the mood for that today. So I'm just going in with powder. I already set the rest of my face, so we are good to go. So this right now is the Coconut Beach by ColourPop. Now I'm going to dip into the Kylie Cosmetics Toasty, and I love Kylie Cosmetic bronzers because you literally, like, they blend so well and they build up so nicely. I hate it when I put on a bronzer and literally like the color stays in one spot. Not too many people talk about Kylie bronzers, but honestly, Kylie bronzers are one of my favorite bronzers out there. Like, it's perfectly pigmented to where you can build it up, but not to the point where like you don't get anything, you know? They're just honestly so beautiful. I love them. Literally my favorite, like my top third favorite, maybe second bronzer that I have tried. I have yet to try her contour stick. It's only because the ones I have haven't run out, or else I would. But yeah, like you see, like I just feel like they blend out so beautifully. Alright, I already put on my lashes, and I did use Iconic Light by House of Lashes. Now I am going to put on some blush, and I'm going to go with a cool toned color. This is like a very pretty light mauvey pink, and it's Heartthrob. It's by Makeup Geek. Apparently Makeup Geek is the theme today. Jaclyn Hill did use a lot of Makeup Geek in the tutorial that this look is inspired by. If this is not enough for you, you can definitely add glitter, but I definitely feel like for me personally, this is perfect. If I want to go all out, I probably would do it more for Christmas than I would for Thanksgiving. I don't know, what do you guys think? Right? I love this blush, it's beautiful. For highlighter, I am going to go in with a very icy highlighter. No golden highlight, it's going to be icy because I definitely want to keep my whole face in the whole cool tone side of aspects, just because when I think of fall, that's what I think of. I'm not going to tell you who this is by because it's by He Who Shall Not Be Named, but this is the highlight that I'll be using in case you want a reference to it. So see how it's more icy? There's like no gold tone in there. I wouldn't even say it's a champagne. Yeah, it's more of like an icy, very light yellow. Alright, so for the lips, I am using my Cap Cosmetics lip liner, and this is in the color Chocolate Pudding. And I'm going to show you what color I'm using for the liquid lipstick. So see how it's like a very beautiful, almost like a hazelnut maybe? But this is what I'm going to put on my lips real quick, and then we'll be pretty much done. Alright guys, now all we have left is the setting spray. Typically I would use like the Urban Decay Overnighter, especially if you want the makeup to last a good while, but since it's already 7 o'clock at night and I'll be taking this off in a little bit, I'm going to go in with my Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist by ColourPop Cosmetics. I love how it smells. And this is it. This is the final look. Let me bring you in just a tiny bit closer. That's good. Okay. And that is it, guys. This is the beautiful Circa 2015 Jaclyn Hill Thanksgiving inspired eye look. I went with a different color for the lips. I'll put a picture up here of what the look looks like. I really love green, and that Jester color is just perfect, like the perfect green shimmer color. It's beautiful. I love it. I really enjoyed creating this look. I hope you guys did, and if you love green like I do, then I definitely feel like this would be a good look for you guys to create for Thanksgiving. I definitely feel like most of the times I go with like warm browns and like orange and like gold. I definitely went for that last year, so this year I kind of like the green. I think the green is a perfect fall Thanksgiving color, and like I said, every time I wear green eyeshadow, I really love how it looks on me. I just feel like it complements my skin very well. I would love it if you gave this video a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, and it would help with the algorithm and hopefully bring some fresh new eyes to my channel. And if you haven't done so already, what are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button. I would love to have you. My family is slowly growing, and yeah, I welcome anyone. I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.